What's up, CCM? Hello, welcome back to another video. And this week we're going to be in Matthew chapter 5 for our devotional thought this week. So we're going to be Matthew chapter 5 verse 13 all the way through 16. So Jesus is teaching the Sermon on the Mount, and he says this: "You are the salt of the earth, but if salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled by men. You are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand and give its light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before men, that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven." So, what does it mean to be the salt of the earth? What does it mean to be salty? Maybe you read that and you're like, what does that even mean? How's that significant for me? How am I supposed to be salt? Well, this is actually a very significant example that Jesus uses here with salt, because back in Jesus' time, salt was a commodity. It was a very valuable, even rare thing for people to acquire. To be the salt of the earth means they add value, they have value, they are valuable. It was often the Romans back in Jesus' time would measure somebody by their worth in salt. In the same way, we as Christians are measured by our saltiness, or our ability to add value to those around them, to add value to our world. And so, one is salt is to be valuable. It is a sign of value. 2, salt is used to preserve, or at least in Jesus' day, it was used to preserve food and different things. And so to be salty is to preserve, for us as believers, to preserve the message of God and who he is in not only our own hearts, but in others. That the way that we live and the way that we act as Christians has the ability to preserve love of God in other people, just as we have the ability to hurt people's image of God. And we know that salt has flavor, it has a salty flavor, and yet Jesus says if salt loses its saltiness, it no longer has any value. And so in the same way, if we lose our saltiness, if we fail to add value to those around us, if we fail to represent God well, then we no longer have the value we're called to have as believers. We're no longer who we say we are if we say we're a Christian. If we say that we are believers, then people need to experience that and see that by the way that we add value to them, by the way that we love them, by the way that we represent our God. How do we avoid losing our salty taste and becoming unvaluable? How do we avoid becoming worthless? We be that light on the hill. We be that shining city on the hill that others can look to. We let our good deeds shine before men. We let our light shine before men and do not hide it. We let others see who God is in our life. And through that, others will be led to know God better. The love of God and who he is will be preserved in other people's hearts. And the way that people see the flavor, the excitement, the great things that God adds to our life, they will in turn be more led to want to also know God, as they see through our lives the way that God can impact their life and add value to their life. And so to be the salt of the earth is to represent God and to add flavor, to add value to those around you, to add value to our world. As believers, we need to be people that our world needs, that our world values. We need to have something that our world can't find anywhere else. The people around us need to look at us and see something that is priceless, that is valuable, and not something that they can just toss and throw to the side. And so let's allow our actions and the way that we live to represent our Father well, and to also lead others to want to desire a relationship with God. So that is really the message behind what Jesus is saying when he calls us to be the salt of the earth. And so I just think just knowing that, kind of that background on salt even a little bit, helps really add understanding to that passage and what Jesus is calling us to do there. So just a little something I wanted to share with you guys this week. Maybe it can just be an encouragement to you, or just help you better understand that passage. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you for our next video. Bye.